It says I've scheduled a live stream, so that should, right? I mean,
Yeah, I'll check it real quick.
I just saw it. It said that. Oh, okay, yeah, live now. Good. Good. Okay, let me mute the Skype call, and we'll get this thing going since we're a little bit late. Hold on.
Welcome to the Four Guys with Quarters show. With your hosts Inferno, Assassin, and Clowns.
I promise, one of these days I will change that intro thing that says 8 p.m. It'll probably be changed by next week. But either way, welcome everyone to the 4GwQPodcast podcast, episode 85 for April 28th, 2016. I'm your host, Inferno 217. Some people call me Mike, but you can call me whatever you want. Sorry we're late this week. We had some problems streaming to both Twitch and YouTube, which we find very valuable. So that's what we wanted to fix, and it looks like we fixed it. Now for the rest of the cast. Making his 85th straight appearance, we have ZPCI Assassin.
Yo, what up?
Wow, you're in a chipper mood this week, huh? I
No.
like it. What do you know?
No.
Damn it, you know. Anyway, we have Italian Clowns.
In the words of a sassy, what up?
Wow. We have the newest member of our panel who will be making very often appearances on the show, and we're glad to have her here. We have Taylor, a.k.a. Zebra Fries. Am I saying that right?
You can say it however you want.
All
Some people say zebra, sometimes zebra.
Well, I mean, it's got two B's, so I was like, yeah, I've been calling you Zebra
Yeah, that
Fries
was
the
a
entire
typo,
time.
and I just never fixed it.
Oh, well, it's very unique. Either way, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Of course.
So yeah, this week we've got some interesting topics. We got a few good ones this week. Of course, I was just at PAX East, so we'll talk about that. That's probably going to take up a bunch of the show. Also, two other huge topics this week in gaming. We've got the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare leak plus Modern Warfare Remaster leak, ? And we've got Nintendo NX information. Finally, they announced that the NX is a real thing, and it's official, May 2017. So yeah, we'll talk about those three things, those three topics. So first to start, I feel like we should go with the thing that I think is getting the most buzz on the internet right now, which is the Call of Duty thing. So, Assassin, you're our Call of Duty expert, if you will, aficionado, lover of CoD. Will always buy it, even if you say you won't.
Yeah.
What are your feelings about this one, the Infinite Warfare thing, and all signs, pointing towards this being the next Call of Duty game? We've gotten PlayStation Store listing. We've got a pre-order card that leaked online. It's some retailer. Don't know exactly what, but what are your thoughts about this?
Well, one thing. Are we live on Twitch? Because it's showing offline for me. Just want to make sure.
It just popped up online for me.
Okay, that's because nothing's showing up. But anyways, two things. The Infinite Warfare, stupid name, should be fired. Whoever named that Infinite Warfare sounds really stupid. And then for the remaster, I think it's a good idea. But the thing is, if it comes with multiplayer, they're going to be shooting themselves in the foot because everyone's not going to be playing this Infinite Warfare. They're going to be playing the good one.
Right? I mean, way to screw yourselves over, Activision, Infinity Ward, whatever. What are they doing? Like, this doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know why you'd pack in a game that everybody's been saying, oh, please, backwards compatible, I want my Modern Warfare. And now they're going to pack it in, and they're going to not only pack it in, but remaster it, and potentially take players away from the new game, it's very suspect to me. What do the other people think about this? Bounds or Taylor? What do you guys think?
I'm not very big into Call of Duty. It's like the one franchise that I don't play.
No way, really?
Yeah, I'm just horrible at it, so I gave up.
But surely you played Modern Warfare, the original one.
I
On 360.
believe I did. Yeah, I believe I did with my stepbrother a lot.
So isn't it like... I feel like it's stupid. I don't know. I don't even get it. I don't know why they would do something like this. Like, you're coming out with a new game. Everyone's already, like, bagging you for having, like, the same shit over and over. And now you're going to bring out one of the ones that was considered to be, like, the best. And you're going to include it with the game. Like, no one's going to play that Infinite Warfare. Like, I don't know how many Assassin. Maybe you do. How many people usually play CoD games like right out of the gate, like right when they come out? How many people are online like in that first?
A lot. I don't really look. You can't see the numbers anymore on Black Ops 3.
See, that sucks.
But before it was a lot, and then slowly dies down. But I could also see them doing some special bonus thing if you pre-order it on like the Xbox One or PS4 digitally. They could do a thing where they're like, "Oh, here's Modern Warfare right now," type of thing.
Ooh, interesting.
Like an incentive to get it digitally, because you can't refund it. Well, there's ways around that, but
Are you suggesting that people are going to buy the game, get that Modern Warfare code, and then return Infinite Warfare like immediately?
Well, I don't think they're gonna be like, what is it? You pre-order and then get the code now. But I think if they do give you a code when you pick it up, people are gonna do that.
Interesting.
Get their money back.
Clowns, looks like we're getting that remaster that everyone's been wanting.
Yeah, but the rumor is there's no multiplayer. And I'm not the only one who's heard that. Craps heard it as well. So, I mean, if there's no multiplayer, then really what's the point, if you ask me? Call of Duty just needs to shrivel up and die. It needs to go away or come out with something unique at this point. It's old, it's played out, and it's the same stuff every single time.
I noticed Taylor's laughing at that. That needs to just curl up and die. Why are you laughing at that, Taylor?
It's just, I've never heard someone say that about like a gaming franchise. It's just funny to me.
Well, yeah, you'll hear that a lot in the show. I feel like Clown says that about quite a few gaming franchises he's not a huge fan of.
Yeah,
Gears of War for one. But now it's COD. So She-Wolf in the Twitch chat says that Rand had someone tell him that on the inside that there is multiplayer, and there have been some unique tweets going out. Robert Bowling, if you people know who that is, if you don't, he used to be the creative strategist and community manager for Infinity Ward before he bounced after not liking, the direction the COD was going. I think his quote was like, "Too much pew pew pew, not enough new in the COD franchise." So I think he just bounced. He might have been fired. I'm pretty sure he just bounced, but he said, "Oh, go ahead."
I just want to address what She-Wolf said in the chat about Rand having an insider that said that. I don't remember Rand posting on Twitter that he had an insider. I think he reposted something from somebody at Infinity Ward that showed a Modern Warfare multiplayer map.
Yeah.
But if that's the one that everybody's talking about, that's still not enough evidence for me to believe it. And then if they did come back with multiplayer, is it going to have issues? Lobby disconnects? I mean, you got to think about all these things.
Mm-hmm. Assassin, are you one to believe this tweet that we're showing now with with Robert Bowling saying he'll make a reservation for Grandma's house, quote unquote?
Oh, Grandma's house. I remember Grandma's house.
How did that even come about? Like, where?
I don't know.
Is that just some random nickname people just gave it and it makes no sense? Like, why? Yeah. It doesn't even look like a Grandma's house.
Who knows?
Yeah, but are you believing it? Are you thinking, that is good evidence that we're getting multiplayer? Or
I don't know.
Because
I
he's not
mean,
even with the company anymore, so how would he know, right? Well, I don't
exactly, but you could still have people.
know. On the inside.
Yeah,
Friends, if you will.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, People in the chat, definitely let your thoughts be known on this. I know She Wolf said COD woot woot, but other people, if you think that this is a pathetic move, you think it's cool that we're getting this back, yeah, definitely let us know in the chat. We'll get to you guys. What else was said? So somebody, this Angus Vanderslot guy, back in 2014, tweeted out, "If I ever hear the words Call of Duty 4 PS4 Remaster, I will literally shit my pants with excitement." So he said that in 2014, and Call of Duty responds the other day with the poop emoji and a pair of pants. So 2 years later, they responded to that, and so that essentially confirms that it's coming. But multiplayer, maybe not. Maybe not.
Either way, I'm picking it up.
Taylor, you think you'll give it another chance? I mean, it's gonna come. It's gonna be remastered. You got a boyfriend now that plays a lot of video games, so
Yeah, maybe I will. The one thing I need now is money for it.
there you go. Exactly. Rumor has it too that there's like this listing on Amazon that had the COD Modern Warfare trilogy. So why would they release a trilogy if they're just gonna pack this into the new game? Like, it's like competing titles. Assassin, you believe that's gonna happen? The trilogy?
There's a trilogy coming out. You might not see me for a while. I'm gonna like explode and tiny little pieces of glitter.
Do you mean your whole body or a part of your body will explode?
There will
If
be
you know what I mean.
my whole body will explode.
Oh, okay, everywhere then. All right. Okay.
It'll be
All right.
like a grunt when they get shot in the head. You'll hear little kids go, "Yay!" and glitter everywhere.
Clowns, what do you think? The trilogy's coming, that Amazon link is real? Doesn't really make a lot of sense to me.
I can see it happening. I mean, if they're trying to milk the franchise, I mean, I could definitely see that.
I feel like too many people will just buy the old games that, they're like, oh, these games were the best, and now the game is taking a turn for the worst. I know a lot of people that think Black Ops 3 was just like the last straw for them. They didn't even like it. I liked Black Ops 3. Thought it was good. Better than the other shit. Advanced Warfare, Ghosts, that stuff was trash. But Black Ops 3 I liked, so I don't know if it's, I don't know, mate. I'm kind of, optimistic about the new game, so I'm not going to just buy the trilogy. I think I'd just buy the new game if it were me. But YouTube chat, the J1976 says, everyone knows the single player was epic for Modern Warfare. Is that enough, though, Assassin? For you?
Wait, can you repeat that?
Jay says, the J1976 says, everyone knows the single player was epic from Modern Warfare for the original.
Oh, yeah. I loved each Modern Warfare's campaigns.
So is that enough? Like, if they just threw that in as single player, you think that would be enough for people to not be pissed? Because I think people are still going to be pissed, even though
people are going to be really upset. I mean, all the old gamers that used to play COD 4 all the time, they're going to be upset. But who knows?
She Wolf in the chat says, I think they're bringing out the remaster to help sell the new COD because everyone's upset that new COD's in space and everyone wanted this remaster for a good long while. So bring it out now. It has to do with the COD in space thing. So do you guys agree with that? Do you think COD in space is just a little too weird? People aren't going to go for that? Or you think that's like a good move to the futuristic, side of the of shooters? So, I mean, there's tons of futuristic shooters like Titanfall and stuff. So COD in space, you think that's going to be a bad thing? Anyone?
Ghost spent a little time in space, and it wasn't fun, like, at all. So, I mean, maybe a few seconds in space, like they showed in Modern Warfare 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're not going to spoil anything if no one's played it, but, I mean, little moments like that's fine, but the whole game in space, like, come on. You don't need something like that.
Right. Taylor or Clowns, thoughts about COD in space? Does that entice people at all?
I think that
No.
sounds weird.
Yeah, it's not going to be good.
It's just weird.
you imagine they have like their event that they've had for the past couple ones where they just like reveal pretty much everything about the multiplayer, and it's like, and the new mechanic is floating without being able to move in the middle of space. And it's like you're just floating around and firing bullets, and they're like going nowhere. And like, I don't even know what the mechanic would be. Like, what is the mechanic in space that would be cool? Like on the moon, low gravity. Like I don't even know what would be cool in space. I think I'm willing to give it a try, quote unquote, like GameFly or Redbox, but I'm not going all in on this one for sure. Space, caught in space. Like, what are you gonna be fighting? Like friggin' aliens, like UFOs and shit.
It's the new Destiny.
Right?
It's gonna be Thrall and ogres, and we're gonna cheese Crota.
It is Activision after all. Maybe we can get like a little Destiny cameo.
There you go.
Twitch chat is going a little nuts here. Gamers Know Best says, screw space, we need boots on the ground. Boots on the ground. I've been hearing that a lot. Twitter, podcasts, online, everywhere. Boots on the ground. I feel like, for me, boots on the ground is Battlefield. You know, I want these other games to like take some interesting new directions. Not space, but Black Ops 3 is good for me. I liked it. I know there's a lot of people in the community who hated Black Ops 3. I don't know why, really. Assassin, you liked Black Ops 3, right?
The flying and fairy stuff.
But that was alright. Like,
I mean, it's alright, but I think everyone wants like a COD 4. You know, there's no nonsense flying around like your Tinkerbell. You know, the little dust and garbage and stuff. Like, no one wants that. Let's just get the normal COD we're used to and sell it to us as $60.
You just sell it to us for $60. You're advocating bringing back the old games and just reselling them for $60. And the sad thing is, people would do that, I feel.
I would. Sadly, I would do it. I love the old games, but I mean, they don't need a remaster and sell it to $60. They need to make a new one and sell it to us for $60, and don't have like colorful little pieces of armor like we're used to, and like start dancing. Like, we don't need dancing.
All right. No, Carlton dance like from Destiny or anything. No,
we don't need any of that. No.
All right. Also in the chat, we need WW1, so World War One, or in World War II era. I see a lot of people wanting that back. Is that where we should be going again in gaming? For me, it's not. I mean, it'd be cool, for one game, but I don't want to. I like the weapons that are, that look futuristic, that have nice, red dot sights and, cool attachments and stuff. I don't want to go back to, my M1 Garand, where I have to, cog reload it and, take forever to reload the gun. And, Assassin, I know you're, drooling over there because you do want that.
I love the World Wars. I feel like all the video games are all futuristic. We need to go back, I think, one or two games, like you said, World War I or II, or Vietnam, or something, just to clear a palette of this not Halo, but futuristic garbage.
Gotcha. Anything else on this COD topic from the other two, Clowns or Taylor? I know you don't really play COD, Taylor, but does Reezy play COD?
A little bit. He's more into Halo.
Right.
But he'll play it with Cody every now and then. Gotcha.
Clowns, you pre-ordering the limited edition or whatever the edition is? Let me go back and see. It's called I can't read it now. It's at the top of that pre-order card. I can't read it. It's Legendary Edition or some shit. Are you gonna pre-order that, Clowns?
I'll tell you what, Assassin could bust out his wallet and order that.
Yeah, Taylor. These guys on this show very often go back and forth about who's gonna buy what game because of game sharing and whatnot. So they very often are like, "Oh, why don't you buy a Clown?" So that would be cool if you bought it. Oh, Assassin, don't you like this game? Oh, wouldn't you like to buy that? And Assassin's always like, no. So that's the deal with that. So yeah, that's the COD news. I don't think there's really anything else to say about it per se. I mean, I feel like most people do want the Modern Warfare stuff back, and that's why they're doing it, and that's why they're doing the trilogy. I bet you the trilogy outsells the new one. If they go with the trilogy, it's completely remastered. All those games have multiplayer. I bet you it outsells it. Bet you the new one. The new one would be like the worst performing one on the next gen, I would say.
Oh yeah.
Right? I mean, even worse than Ghosts. Which is kind of skewed because Ghost was like a release, like a launch title. So out of the gate, the numbers are probably skewed because people would buy like Call of Duty, like Baby Warfare because it was a Call of Duty. I mean, they would buy anything at that point.
Yep.
So HP North 44 in the Twitch chat says COD should be in the American Revolution 1775.
There you go.
What do you think?
I like this guy.
What do you think?
I like that guy.
Everybody, you like that, Clowns? Everybody lining up with like muskets and stuff and lines and fire, and everyone fires, and whoever's got the most left up, that's who wins the round. That kind of thing.
Well, I mean, think about it though. If you're the Minutemen, you're not gonna line up like the British would.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they'd be. Strategy.
Assassin would be the red coat. I'd be the blue coat. I would shoot him because he's standing there with his musket out trying to aim, and he won't even be able to heal because back then I believe those bullets had like full of infection back then because they didn't have like the proper antiseptic and stuff. So
yes,
yeah, I mean it'd be awesome to win against Assassin that way.
As much as American Revolution game would be nice, it would be so boring. Because you shoot once, you're going to have to sit there, put your gunpowder in, put your bullet or whatever, and then...
Right? Yeah,
and then shoot, and then redo it. It's just like, rather just knife someone.
Yeah. I don't know, North. I don't think it's going back to the American Revolution. That would be very slow. That'd be like World of Tanks.
Isn't that kind of like Battlefield 5's like rumored idea to be like trench warfare, World War I? Didn't they have they still used muskets back then?
I really hope not. I didn't hear anything about that.
Weren't they like the early rifles very similar to muskets back then? I believe they were.
Yeah, they were similar. Yeah, what I'm saying is I really hope that that's not that the rumors aren't true. I haven't heard those rumors, but if those rumors are true, I'm gonna be really pissed.
Well, then, as long as I could still kill Assassin, that's all that's what really matters at the end of the day.
Steal his dog tags.
Yeah, stealing your dog tags.
Yeah, right. All right, I think that's it for COD. I think that's kind of like a played out topic. I know people in the chats want the boots on the ground, so I mean, it's true. People are gonna buy it over the new one, for sure. Witty in the YouTube chat gets the last word, and he says they need to end development of this year's COD and try again next year.
Yep. Amen, brother. Amen.
That would be nice, except I don't think they'll ever do that. I think yearly CODs are here to stay. Witty agrees with you, Clowns. Assassin said it wouldn't be fun, right? Witty agrees. He says the 5-minute reloads for muskets would make it a little fun. Make sure you don't waste the shot.
Think about it. I mean, snipers wouldn't be as rambunctious and so eager just to unload their clip. They'd be taking their time, steady aiming.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be trying to do trick shots because they don't want to get knifed in the back.
It's true. Rambunctious. That's the word of the day so far, Clowns. Good job with that one. All right, we're done with COD, right?
COD's dead.
Sure.
That's played
Bye,
out.
COD.
That's played
DOA.
out. That's played out. Next topic. We'll get into PAX last because I feel like I'm going to be talking a lot during PAX talk, and I want everybody to kind of get in on this conversation. I know this is one Taylor will definitely get in on. Nintendo is releasing a new system. The NX official March 2017. It's coming. So we'll get in that first before we get into the Legend of Zelda thing coming to both the NX and the Wii U. So just on the basal, general level, what do we think about? And I'll let Taylor go first so she can get in. What do you think about the NX? Are you gonna grab one? Are you excited for it? What are your thoughts about it?
We'll probably end up getting one. I mean, we have the Wii, and then we got the Wii U because our Wii broke. So we kind of like all types of gaming consoles. Like I have the Xbox One and the 360. Megan uses the Wii and the Wii U, and then we had a PlayStation for a while, and so we just kind of go like in like a circle around those ones. Uh, and
Gotcha.
I was reading up about the NX, and they were saying like how it might be able to be portable, kind of.
Yeah,
And
yeah. So that's the rumor. Like,
yeah,
it's got a very portable aspect to it. Like, you can just grab the whatever it is. We don't even know. Grab like the
Yeah.
controller, perhaps, and just go and keep playing. That would be cool.
yeah,
Um. So you're in for getting one. So we got one
I am.
vote. We got one vote of the 4. Assassin. You think about getting one? You think this is the return to prominence for Nintendo? They're gonna be back with the big boys or what?
Possibly. I mean, if once I see what their stupid little gimmick is, because they always have something.
No, I don't see this year. I don't think it's gonna be. I think their quote unquote gimmick is exactly what Taylor just described, is the pick up and go. I don't think it's gonna be any silly shit like the Wii and the Wii U, because they're on record saying that the Wii U thing is done. Like, we're done with that. This is something completely new. So, Assassin, what would be a gimmick though? Like, you tell me what you mean by a gimmick. Like, is the takeaway thing a gimmick, or is that not enough of a gimmick for Nintendo these days?
Um, I'm not really too sure. But
Watch them come out and be like, it'll be like something really stupid. Like, they're taking the amiibos to a whole new level. The amiibos are like mobile. Like, you can paint them and shit. Like
God,
you can 3D print amiibos or some crap like that. I don't know. The amiibos got to be compatible, because if they're not, then people are gonna be pissed because too many people are buying them.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think they're gonna have a gimmick this year. I think they're really gonna. I think they've failed for too long at this point.
yeah, they're
If
gonna
you
probably
will.
play it a little safe for probably,
Can you guys still hear me?
Oh, maybe it was just Ferno's mic muted.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, mine is muted.
Oh,
It all of a sudden
okay.
muted itself. Sorry about that.
Thought I
I'm,
lost my
I'm
sound.
talking. My mouth is moving. People are seeing me. It's like a Japanese like flick or whatever, when the mouth just moves and random noises come out or whatever. No, what I was trying to say is I think the quote unquote gimmick is just the thing that Taylor said, and I think that if it's like the Vita quality, like if the graphics are like Vita quality on the go or better, they're probably gonna be better. But if they're like that quality, I think I'd be all for it on the go. For sure. I think it's got to be better than the 3DS, or else people are just going to keep playing 3DS. But yeah, anyone
Yeah,
else?
but
on the NX?
for me to be able to, I'm gonna get it anyway, just because it's another system to have, not because I really truly desire it. I mean, I do like Nintendo. Don't get me wrong. I've loved them in the past, but for me to actually play on the thing a lot, it's got to have some type of reward system, and it can't be stupid amiibos or Mii's. It's got to be like achievements or gamer
Yes.
score or trophies. It's got to be something to keep you going back to the game. Because I mean, like, if you win first place online in Mario Kart and you get nothing for it except like confetti, what's the big point?
Oh my god. I mean, we're laughing, but that's like essentially what the rewards are these days for stuff like that. It's like, oh, good, you won first place. Like, go ahead and
And
screen grab that.
I know some people might say, "Well, you get stamps." Well,
Ooh.
what am I gonna do with a stamp? I can't even put it on anything real. It's just digital.
Right. Taylor, what do you think? Achievements needed?
It's not really necessary for me because stuff with like Mario Kart, I'm like very competitive naturally with it.
All right.
So, but then again, like with achievements and or gamer score and stuff, you can still like kind of compete with your friends with that, try and get a higher gamer score.
Right.
But I'm not good at getting achievements. Don't look at my gamer score, it's bad.
Don't look at her gamer score. Her gamer tag's down there below her picture, but don't look at her gamer score because apparently it's bad. No, but like the achievements put in, like we know a lot of competitive people, I would say, and I think the achievements make you want to play, some games way more than you normally would. There's a game, like if there's a game that you only have like 2 achievements left and you've given up on it, you want to go back and get those last 2 and keep playing. And, it could be a multiplayer game. It could be like Mario Kart, like get 1,000 first place finishes or some shit like that. And I think that, not only does it make it feel like the people playing are rewarded, but it also keeps the community going longer on some of these games. Because some of the games, like on the Xbox One right now, like Rainbow Six Siege, for instance, like the first couple weeks it was huge and then it died. And I know that doesn't really happen with like Mario Kart and Nintendo online games, but I don't necessarily want that to keep happening. And I think achievements on the Nintendo, whatever they're going to call them, they're not going to call them achievements, but whatever they come out with will keep people coming back and keep playing. Let me see the chats here. Woody says in the YouTube chat, Nintendo is going to sell no matter what. They've got nostalgia, child-friendly, family aspect. Microsoft and Sony will never have that. Do we agree with that?
Well, Nintendo is going to sell to its diehard fans, and it's going to sell to the casual, family-friendly people with kids. But on the same aspect, Nintendo is selling their stake in the Seattle Mariners. So it kind of tells you, like, what their financial picture could be if this doesn't turn it around for them.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely in trouble. They're in trouble. For them to come out and just flat out say, we're not doing the same thing as the Wii U, just says, like, they're in trouble. Like, for them to just flat out admit that, because that's like admitting that it didn't work. You know what I mean? For them to be like, oh, it's something different than the Wii U. Like, don't expect the Wii U to, another successor to the Wii thing. Like, that's just saying, oh, the Wii U didn't work and it's time to move on and, we're screwed at this point. We know we're behind and it's time for us to act ahead of all the others into the, get into the new generation, So yeah, I agree with you, clowns. I agree. They're in trouble. They're in trouble. Even though the 3DS is constantly profiting, they're in trouble. Assassin, what do you think? They're child friendly. They'll always sell because of that.
Oh yeah, I mean, every kid's gonna. Well, at least my cousins were gonna buy it, and all those little kids and families are gonna definitely buy it. So. Because they grow up on the SNES, whatever, the Super Nintendo and N64 and stuff. And yeah.
What about you, Taylor? You think that Nintendo will always have a sale because people will just buy it for their kids?
Yeah, cause that's why we got the Wii, because it was for me and my cousins when we were all living in the same house when we first moved down here. And then we moved out, we bought another Wii, and then we got the Wii U. And it's just something that is always going to be in our house. Something from Nintendo will always be in our house.
Interesting. Yeah, I feel like I agree with you on that. I don't agree that what Woody said. Let me go back and just look. I don't agree that Microsoft and Sony will never have the child-friendly thing. I feel like Microsoft has really tried to do that with the Kinect, with like Just Dance, with, Connectimals and all that crap. And some of that stuff didn't really work out for them too much. But I think Microsoft is, Sony, no. But Microsoft, I feel, is really trying to, to get in that child-friendly market, to be able to be a system that families can play together and stuff. But it's definitely not on the same level as Nintendo. So, like, your story is a perfect one, Taylor. Like, you guys will just always have Nintendo stuff because, with your cousins and stuff and the whole family thing, like, no matter what it is, you can always rely on Nintendo to be there for, a good, like, family experience that everyone can get in on. Even though Microsoft is trying to do that, I feel like you can't just rely on it like you can with Nintendo, and I think you're right. I think that's why they're going to keep selling.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go back to the chat real quick. I'm trying to bounce between the two. Woody says, last 2 gens, it's software sales that's been letting them down. 100 million Wii's sold isn't a failure. And then K-Man kind of in the Twitch chat says kind of the same thing. Pretty sure Nintendo Wii was first in hardware by far and last in software sales. So that kind of brings up the next point about not quite the Zelda thing that we're going to talk about in a second, but Nintendo needs to get back their third-party support. They need third parties to back them again. They need third parties to say, okay, we can put our game out on a Nintendo console and it's going to be just as good as the others and it's going to compel people to buy it and you know, prove that our work that we did is worth it. So do you guys think that, you know, the NX is going to be powerful and kind of like convince people like EA or like Ubisoft or third parties like that, like big third party pubs and publishers and developers to come back to Nintendo? I mean, they have to, right? What do you guys think?
I don't think big third party publishers are going to be interested, to be honest. With the decline from the Wii to the Wii U, I don't see it happening.
Think it's too little, too late.
Yeah, I mean the only ones that they can salvage would be their friendly development people that are in Asia, like Japan, China, Capcom, things like that. SNK, I think, would probably do stuff, but I don't think like Techland or nothing bigger like CD Projekt Red would ever consider the Nintendo NX.
Sure. All right, well, Clowns doesn't think it's going to happen. Assassin or Taylor, you think it's going to happen? You think these companies are going to jump back on the Nintendo bandwagon?
I don't know. It might take them a little while just to see how sales go and then see what's so different about it. It might take them convincing if they do decide to do it.
Interesting. So not quite out of the gate, like the launch lineup's going to be poor, but people adopt this thing and they really get it into their hands, then they'll eventually hop on the bandwagon. I think, I mean, I think there was like an article from like Wall Street Journal or something. I can't remember exactly what it was. It was like Wall Street Journal. It was like a weird press outlet, something not quote unquote gaming. It was like Wall Street Journal, Forbes, something like that, that said that these systems have been in these dev kits for the NX have been in the hands of devs since October. But maybe you're right, Taylor. Maybe they're not doing anything because they just want to see. Like, why waste all that money and time if it's just going to go the same way as the Wii U and the NX isn't going to be, isn't going to catch on, even though it may be more powerful and may rival stuff like the Xbox One and PS4. I don't know. Assassin, what do you think on this?
I think they're going to make games on it for at least a year or two just to get that money. Because, people are going to buy the NX and they're like, oh, Call of Duty, Infinite Warfare, something's on there. And then, whatever. And then they're going to see the sales. I mean, they might be good. Who knows? But they're probably going to be bad, unfortunately. And then they'll probably not do like what they did with the Wii U. They're just going to not start doing that. Or they might, like Ubisoft with Zombie U, they might make something specifically for the NX and later on port it to the PS5 and whatever down the line or whatever.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point, that zombie game. Did you ever try that, by the way? That was a PS4 Plus game, so you definitely have it. Did you ever try that?
On the Xbox.
Oh, yeah,
it's all right.
Yeah.
Just ported a little weirder.
It's horrible. He's just trying to be nice.
Klaus is gonna dig at it when like he comes into it and he's just like, well, and then he's like trying to figure out how to not be so blunt about it. He's like, it's horrible.
Let me say it in the words of your famous brother, Jizzle. He would say, "It's trash, dude."
Nice. That's so appropriate. So true. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played it, but yeah, I think the days of Nintendo like having this proprietary controller / mechanism / gameplay quirk or whatever, it's got to be over because devs don't want us devs don't want to make like unique experiences just for that, especially if they don't catch on. Like they've learned their lesson with Kinect 2.0. Like that's just not catching on. So I don't think gimmicks are gonna catch on. Like PSVR, we'll talk about that a little bit later, but I think that's like essentially a gimmick, but that's gonna catch on just because the media is saying it needs to catch on, Like people enjoy it. Like here it is, we're shoving it down your throat. Just enjoy it, damn it. So I think that's why people are liking that. But if Nintendo brings like a unique gaming mechanic and makes unique games, like Assassin saying, like with that Zombie U, and then they port it later, like I think they're just doomed. I think they're doomed. I think for unique experiences, they need to just rely on their first party, like the Mario stuff, Yoshi, Kirby, Zelda, like we're gonna talk about in a second. They need like Donkey Kong, like they need to rely on their first party stuff for that. Don't make unique experiences with third party, because just if you can have third party, just have like new IPs or multiplats. Like it's just not gonna work out. Nintendo, just please don't have some stupid gimmick where I have to like throw my controller like a boomerang around a TV or some shit. Or like if they debut like the Zelda thing, and you have to like fire the arrows like by holding up the controller again or some shit. Like, come on, stop that. Going to the chat. J Street says they need AAA's bad. Yeah, that's kind of what we've been saying. They need it. They need it bad. They got their AAA's already on the Wii U. It's just it's Mario stuff. It's not hardcore game. It's not. It's the core gamer. It's not the hardcore gamer. And then She-Wolf says, Assassin, she did hear a rumor that CoD was coming to the NX.
It doesn't surprise me. I mean, look at like Black Ops 2 on the Wii U.
Right.
No multiplayer. But
yeah, right. Exactly. And then they didn't bring like anything ever again, right? Ghost didn't make it.
No, I don't believe
Advanced
so.
Warfare definitely didn't.
I mean, maybe for the launch they're really pushing it because maybe the processor and the RAM can handle it. So maybe they're trying to push it to developers.
Yeah.
And maybe for launch titles they'll have something good, because I believe with the Wii U, I mean, they really tried with that. But I just don't think in the long run it's going to hold up unless they do something to make it addictive again for like the hardcore gamer too. Because I mean, it's a very casual type system, and I correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm probably wrong, but I think the Wii U was like 3 million users online or something.
Yeah, that's really low.
And it's just extremely low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
David Jordan, sorry, almost mispronounced your name, bro. My fault. David Jordan, we'll try that again, says in the YouTube chat, I wish new technology would catch on if it flowed like water. Not exactly sure what you mean by that, but I kind of think I know what you mean. The problem is that people still want to sit in front of their TV and play with a controller. Like, people don't want to do this silly shit. Like, that's why I think the VR stuff is just going to eventually fail unless you have a computer. Like, I don't think PSVR is going to catch on because people don't want to do stupid shit. They just want to sit there, get incredible graphics, get incredible multiplayer, and, do their usual thing, with their friends. PSVR and other VR experiences are very single player. And the at least the PS4 vanilla, or whatever you want to call it, is not going to be able to run more than one PSVR. Like, people like multiplayer. People like sitting there and playing with their friends. Very rarely do you see people, play a single player game by themselves anymore, and that's why the single player genre is just dying out, which sucks. But like when I went to PAX, like there were hardly any single player games that I saw that were really good. Like they were all multiplayer games. There were some exceptions, like Devolver Digital had Ruiner. But like a lot of the games were multiplayer focused, and that's unless you have a really good narrative, that's where it's going. That's where it's going. J Street says Mario don't count. They're gonna live and die with that. They'll take Mario to the grave, right, Sassy?
Yep. There we go.
We're having mic problems tonight, clearly. All right, is there anything else to say about this Nintendo? Oh, let's say the thing about the Zelda thing. What do you guys think about Zelda coming to both NX and the Wii U, and they're not showing the NX version at E3. They're just going to show the Wii U version at E3. You think this is all right? Good move, bad move? What do you guys think?
I don't know why they're showing the Wii U version. If they're going to want to sell consoles, they should probably show off their new console with the game, not some old thing.
No kidding.
The NX doesn't even have a release date, does it yet?
No,
March
it's a
of next year.
March, quote unquote, and that's it.
Oh.
So,
Yeah, because I think I read something where they're still trying to play around with the controller.
Yeah.
So they can't really unveil it until they know what the controller is.
Right. Yeah, good point. Like, what are they going to do? Play with a keyboard and mouse, like with a dev unit on the stage? That wouldn't look good. Yeah. And E3 is only a couple months away, right? June 12th, something like that.
It's going to be a good day.
It's going to be a great day, especially if I get to go. Sorry, I want to get to something in the YouTube chat real quick. Thud Oof says, gonna buy an NX no matter what because when the Wii U does get games, they are great. So that's a good point. You know, the Wii U games, like there aren't a lot of games, but they're pretty damn good. You know, Mario Maker, like that's pretty sick. The new Mario Party. You play Mario Maker, Taylor?
Yeah, we have it. I played a couple levels because it's Megan's game. But
ooh, excuse me.
I got because she got it for Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I played a couple levels and I just almost like broke the gamepad. Like I got so mad and I was just like, I'm done. I'm not touching this anymore.
Right.
Like it's really good, but it's just so difficult. Some of the levels that are made.
Yeah.
And it's just the anger gets to me.
Yeah. Yep. No kidding. I hear that. But yeah, like other Wii U games that are really good, like even Splatoon, that's a brand new IP. That game's awesome. Do I play it? No. So I'm a hypocrite, but I do own it, and I did play it a lot when it came out. But that's a good game.
Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze was really good.
Yeah, there you go. There's another one. Tropical Freeze, really, really good. So, it's a good point you make, Thud Oof. When they get the games, they're great. So, like, NX, they need more games. But, Nintendo has been doing a decently good job riding it out with only releasing a few games and first-party stuff. But they need to pick it up with the third-party. For sure. Or new IPs. Like, just bring a ton of new stuff. Like, don't give me, new Super Mario Brothers newness 5. Like, don't keep bringing me that same thing. Another new, like super new Super Mario Brothers 3D. Like, come on. So yeah, Zelda coming to both. Good idea or bad idea? They did this before with the GameCube. GameCube and Wii both got the Twilight Princess, and now they're gonna do it again.
I will say that it is probably a good idea on behalf of Nintendo to do this. And the only reason why I say that is because look how many times Ocarina of Time is resold on multiple platforms. Or Majora's Mask. I mean, look at those.
Yep. That's true. Yeah, speaking of that, David Jordan in the YouTube chat says Zelda 10 with the same story again. Still selling, bro. Just like what Clown said. Still selling. So yeah, both. Is it even a big deal that they're coming to both? Like, you think it's going to hold back the development of one over the other? It's kind of like what the complaint was with a lot of the Xbox One games, where, like Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor, like that was a great game, but might have been held back a little bit because it came out with a 360 as well. You think it's going to hold back the Zelda game a lot, or you think everyone just is so wanting it that it's going to just be amazing?
I think no matter what, because Zelda is such a loved game throughout. Because I remember playing it when I was like 2
right.
on the 64 or whatever it was, and I still remember parts of it, and I'm ready to buy it again on the Wii U for $10. Like, it's such a good game, and I love the series. even if it is kind of the same story over and over. But
Right.
it's still a fun game for me.
Right.
So I don't really think having it on both consoles is going to hold it back that much.
Right. Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, they could essentially throw the same thing as the Wii U and just bump the graphics, and then it's fine. Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna do well. Assassin, thoughts on that?
Think it's gonna hold it back, but who cares? The hardcore fans are gonna be like, Zelda game, give it to me.
Right.
Here's my money. Just go.
As long as this is the only thing they do it for, like if they just let the Wii U just go, like just goodbye, it's done. Within the next couple years, like at least by like 2018, the beginning of 2018, like don't release for both. Like if you're gonna keep releasing games, then release like individual games. Don't release the same exact thing on both. I don't think that's a good idea. But I don't know. We shall see. I think I'm gonna buy it. Like I'm gonna get an NX, and I'm probably gonna buy the Zelda game because what Taylor just said. We've always played Zelda games, and they're cool, and everyone loves them. So, Mitchell Freeman in the YouTube chat says, "Isn't the NX and the controller handheld supposed to launch separately? So maybe they're making a traditional controller as well for the console." Interesting. I don't know about that, to be honest with you, Mitchell. I don't know. Does anybody know?
No.
I don't know. Desert She-Wolf in the chat says, question for everyone is, what does everyone think about Zelda having a choice of a male and female Link character? That's actually a pretty good topic since we have a female on the cast today. Are you still gonna play as Link, or are you gonna play as Linkle, Taylor?
Probably still play as Link just because Linkle sounds so ridiculous.
Nice.
But I mean, if I finish the game, then I might go through as a female character just to see if like there's any differences between the gameplay.
Right. Does it make a difference to you though? Like, are you happy as a female to see like a female lead come into some of these, older games, like established franchises, that Zelda is getting something like this, or does it not really matter?
Yeah,
for you?
it's kind of it's a cool idea to bring it in, but you could have at least given her a better name than Linkle. That's so ridiculous sounding.
It kind of is. It kind of is.
If you're gonna bring in a female character, don't just play off the main character's name. And if you're gonna do that, at least make it something that doesn't make you laugh every time you say it.
Right. Assassin, you gonna play as Linkle? Big guy.
That name, man. I don't know.
No.
It just sounds super weird.
I'm kind of curious. Like, I haven't looked too much into Linkle other than knowing her name. I'm kind of curious, like, what her abilities are compared. I feel like I saw a picture with her with a crossbow, but other than that, I don't really know much about her. But hopefully, it's not like too out there. I still want my bombs and my boomerang and stuff like that. So hopefully, they like keep it still to the core of what Zelda is, and she just has like a few differences with like maybe her main attack and a few like other special things, but don't make it too crazy. Clowns, Linkle. You like a female character in Zelda or what?
It would be neat, but the name just kind of like throws you off. I don't think it's an appropriate name, but yeah, absolutely. I think it's about time. I know Assassin for sure is going to sit there at the menu, like creating it for a long time, like
Really?
he did. Yeah, and a couple other games too, like he does that, like Dark Souls and stuff. So
Yeah,
wow.
Dark Souls
Yeah,
3 main title music is epic.
Good for you, Assassin. Yeah, the main title music, quote unquote. You're just sitting there with. All right, I'm not even gonna go there. I'm done.
What?
I'm done.
What is there to look at? Press start.
yeah,
Like,
that's what
I'm
you're doing,
gonna just-
Assassin.
Yeah, you're
Just
pressing
sit
start,
there.
all right. Jay Street in the Twitch chat says you have to play as Link. That's like playing as Luigi. Why do it? Yeah, well, well, that's pretty bad, but I mean, kind of true. Kind of true. Um, I don't know. Like, I hope they don't have a separate like story for her. Really, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like crazy and thinking that it should be the same kind of experience, but I don't necessarily want it to be like a completely divergent story. I kind of want it to play out the same way as Zelda games do. But then again, like if that's true, then you're right, J Street. Why play as quote unquote Luigi or Linkle in this case? So yeah, Nintendo stuff. I think we're done with that. Anyone else have anything to say other than you're pumped?
I do have something to say,
Yeah.
and you're gonna hear first here. That if there's game sharing on NX, Assassin's buying it day one, and he's gonna buy the first 25 games.
Good. I
There's
agree with that.
25. If there's Mario Kart, sure. Mario Party, sure. I've only played one Zelda game, so I don't
Zelda
think
counts.
about it.
Yep, good point. Good point. You're getting that. Yep, absolutely.
Maybe there'll
All
be
right,
like maybe there'll be like a new Mega Man game, Assassin, that Capcom like has an exclusive partnership with Nintendo about.
Yep,
No,
he'll buy
that's
that.
clowns. That's clowns.
No, he'll buy it. Yep, he'll buy.
That's
Good
clowns.
point, Inferno. He'll get it.
No, that's
Or
clowns.
you could change topic before he gets carried away with not buying
Right, with
stuff
games,
that
yeah.
he is. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
right.
gonna buy it.
That
Right,
clowns
right.
is going to buy Call of Duty Infinite Warfare on the NX.
All right. Well, now we're on to our final topic, but this is going to take a little while, I think. There's a lot to go over in PAX, and we don't even have enough time to go over everything, really. There's just so much that, I was able to do while I was there last weekend, and so much that was gotten in the news about stuff at PAX. Before we, get into what was actually at PAX, what do you guys think of PAX compared to E3? I mean, PAX is very much more consumer based. There's 100. This year there were just over 100,000 people that went in the weekend and saw all the newest games and saw some of the new DLCs and some established games that they're really big fans of, and we're able to play stuff before it comes to market, and really for some people that's worth going. Is stuff like that worth going for you, or what would you guys go to PAX for over E3?
Well, here's what I'm gonna tell you. I think that E3 has become so huge that it's become so expensive, and we've seen companies pull out from E3 and do their own shows instead of an E3 exclusive show, or rent out a theater near E3 and stuff like that.
Yep.
So I think PAX is a viable alternative. I think it's going to continue to grow as long as they don't get greedy like E3 has gotten in the past. And I think more and more developers will be PAX friendly in the future. The only thing that I'm concerned about is with PAX is that, yeah, it is growing, and it's growing rapidly, and they're doing amazing things at PAX. So they're going to need to start making either more PAX conventions, more frequently in different places, or rent out bigger venues. There's only 3 areas that PAX is in the U.S., and that's Boston, Dallas, and Seattle. I mean, they're so far apart. They need to start picking mid-coast to bottom of the coast. They just need to do more in more areas. But I think PAX is going to be where it's at in the future.
I think you're right, Clowns. I think there are some big convention centers in the U.S. that could definitely hold an event like this. In talking with developers at PAX East, they said to me, PAX East is better than Prime. Prime was the original one, and Prime is, very well, the timing, it's in September, it's well situated in the release schedule of games and development cycles of games and whatnot. And, that is the quote-unquote mecca of PAX. But people say there's so much more room in this BCEC in Boston. There's so much more room for us to show it to more people and not be cramped and have enough space and feel like that these people aren't just rubbing up against you for, 3 straight days. So I think you're right. I think there are other bigger venues in the country that could take this on and make, developers more likely to go to them, even though, it's more often during the year. That one in Orlando, Clowns, is huge. That Orlando Convention Center, I don't even know the name of it, the Orange County Convention Center or something like that. That one's huge.
Yeah, if they did a PAX in Orlando, I think it'd be huge for the bottom half of the U.S. on the East Coast. I think it would be huge for like the devs from Georgia, North Carolina,
Yep.
South Carolina. I think they'd all come to
Yep.
Orlando, and plus Orlando's UCF has a gaming program at their college that was I
Yep.
don't know if it still is, but it used to be sponsored by Electronic Arts, and that's how our friend Andrew got into Electronic Arts
Right.
in their sports area. So it would be huge out here.
Yep. Good point. Good point. Our buddy Andrew, shout out to him. Maybe we can get him back on the show to talk to us about some stuff. So Taylor and Assassin, what do you guys think about PAX? Like, is it something you guys would go to? You know, is it like something that you look forward to like look at stuff like cosplay, like during online or stuff? Or what do you guys think of PAX?
Assassin, do you
Um,
want first?
sure. I think PAX is all right. I mean, it's nice to see all these new games that are coming out, and like Overwatch. You know, clowns should have went to PAX East and played Overwatch. You understand it's not Mirror's Edge. Um, then he could buy it. But I personally, I would pick, if I had to pick E3 or PAX, I would pick, just because I love all the news. Because I'm not going to probably ever go to a PAX because it's so far away, since I live like in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Which PAX needs to come to Wisconsin. Just saying. So I like E3 just for the news, because PAX doesn't really have much news, I guess you could say. I mean, there's a few things, but
Yeah. Like
I
this
mean,
year, Randy Pitchford dropped the bomb that Borderlands 3 is coming. That was news. But that was
Yeah.
like random. That was during a panel. Like it wasn't an event, you know? It was just like quick, like, oh, well, Borderlands is coming. So,
yeah, but we knew Borderlands 3 was coming, because they asked a while ago that they wanted fans to give them feedback or whatnot
right.
on what they should do. So I mean, it was coming. I mean, we got some Rock Band news. That was some nice news, but
Right.
I mean, it's nothing major like Red Dead Redemption's coming to Xbox One right now, or Battlefield 5 or something.
Right. Taylor, what do you think? What are your thoughts about PAX in general?
Well, comparing it with E3 I feel is more like news. Whenever E3 rolls around, you hear more about the news for games, and then when it comes to PAX, you hear more about gameplay.
Mhm.
And so I feel like they complement each other a lot.
Mhm.
But personally, I would want to go to PAX just because I I don't know why, it just seems more appealing to me.
Mhm.
And I see, like, because I'm a big fan of Rooster Teeth, I see them there all the time.
Yep, they were there.
Yeah, they're always at every PAX.
Yeah.
They always go to PAX. And then I listen to their podcast quite a lot, and so whenever they would get back from PAX, they'd talk about it, and I'd get most of my information about PAX through them.
Right.
So
Yeah, no, Rooster Teeth was there. They really love just like catering to their fans, so they're always there, even if they don't have like anything going on. They're like always at PAX. Like they're very, yeah. I agree with you. They're very well known for that. So they had I didn't really like go check them out too much this year, but I did take a few pictures of their booth. They look pretty good. They bring it. They definitely bring it. It's one of the like bigger, like more flashy booths at PAX for sure.
absolutely.
One thing that was at PAX that Assassin just mentioned that we're showing some Xbox One gameplay of is Overwatch, Sassy.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm watching
Oh,
that.
oh man, it's killing my eyes. I got a bad eye strain now.
Are you serious, dude? It was huge at PAX. So many people playing the Microsoft, the Xbox version of it. Yeah, there were tons of people playing the PC version because they had some tournaments going on, some contests and whatnot. But the Xbox One version, people wanted to see, does the console version hold up? Is it going to run at 60 frames per second? Is it going to look smooth? And yeah, no, it did. I mean, you can't see on this stream because it's at 30. We're broadcasting at 30 frames, but this video wasn't 60. I'll put it up on YouTube of some gameplay of my brother and his friend. They let me like go in with them so I can record this, which was really nice of the Xbox booth. But so Overwatch, Sassy, you looking forward to it or what?
I mean, it looks good from what I'm seeing. Definitely not Mirror's Edge.
Not
as
Mirror's Edge, no,
Clown
not quite
said.
Mirror's Edge, no.
But I mean, the people who made it, Blizzard, from what people tell me, they make great games. So
Yep.
I expect some pretty good things from this game.
I'll tell you right now, it held up pretty well to the console version. I mean, to the PC version. My bad. It held up pretty well. It doesn't look as nice, like the lighting and stuff. Definitely not. But it runs smooth 60 in its current build. I don't know what stage it was. This is probably the beta build that we're gonna get when the beta goes live in a few weeks, or next week or a few weeks. I don't know. But I was really digging like the different character abilities and stuff. Like there's a video right now going on the stage of the podcast showing like my brother's gameplay with this character that could teleport and had like the two like pistol shotguns, kind of like the burst fire shotguns. The I can't remember the name of them, to be honest with you, but he was playing with the shotgun pistols, and my brother's friend was playing with like a little grenade launcher thing that was doing some work. Like I love the uniqueness of the game, even though it's an FPS. Like I do love how Blizzard can really bring some good imaginatory stuff. And I mean, other than that, I don't really know like a ton about Overwatch. Like I wasn't really into it before I saw it at PAX, and now that I see it and it runs as good as it does, like I'm definitely into it. Definitely getting it. Clowns, we know how you feel about Overwatch. Taylor,
Yeah. Whoa!
Oh, you're gonna change your stance? So
I got, you know what? I gotta reiterate though. Like, here's the thing with Overwatch.
Okay.
Yeah, the graphics do look good for like a first-person playstyle game. The cinematics were fantastic in the trailer, and it got me all hyped. And then I saw the YouTube gameplay, and I was like, it looks like a running man with like their hands like in front of them, running super fast, out of breath, like on a track course. You know what I'm saying? Like track and field.
Yep.
And that's what kind of throws me off. Like, I don't like that style of game, and that's why I don't like Mirror's Edge Catalyst either, because it feels like that to me. Like, they're out of breath and running so fast. Yeah, they may have cool guns and cool weapons, but at the end of the day, if they look like they're out of breath, then they shouldn't even be in it. That's my opinion.
Okay. I mean, the style is definitely different. Like for an FPS, it's definitely different. It's not just like a run-of-the-mill FPS. So I mean, yeah, I mean, that's definitely a viable opinion. I see where you're coming at from that angle. Hold on a second. She-Wolf in the chat saying, it's made by a great developer, Blizzard Entertainment, fast-moving with different variety of characters, which are actually good-looking, but still have graphics that can pull you in. I think that's what you're trying to say. Oh, looking fun, but still have graphics that can pull you in. So she's a fan of it. I think people in general are a fan of like the different character variations. Taylor, what do you think about Overwatch? Have you looked into it at all?
I've seen a little bit of gameplay of it, and Clowns is right. It does kind of have the feel of like they're running around just out of breath, but it still looks more like a fast-paced kind of first-person shooter. So it makes more sense to me.
Yeah.
And then looking at, because the video that I had seen was one of them going over like the character Tracer, I think, and just hearing about her abilities, like it's going to be frustrating, but it'll be fun to play. I think, at least.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I was totally digging it. I was totally digging watching, everyone try out, all the different characters, and they definitely have a lot of, they're very unique abilities, and there's a bunch of different characters. So I'm definitely digging the, the uniqueness of this game, and we need that in the FPS genre because a lot of them just feel the same.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they have this cool thing at the end. I don't know if it already cycled through on the video, but they have this cool thing at the end where it shows like the play of the game. And it shows, like, if you have a friend or you did it, like, it's cool that everyone can watch, like, this play that you had. It's not just the kill cam at the end. It's not, like, the final kill cam. It's, like, they have, like, an algorithm that calculates, like, what the best play was. And my friend got it, at this one. And everyone was like clapping and stuff, and it was really cool. It was really really cool. Um, I think he got like a quadruple kill or something like that. But I do like that. It's more like it's almost like you're watching a competitive like Twitch stream where like it's Pro League or something and they like show the replays and stuff. It's almost like that, but you don't need them to announce it or anything. It just comes up. I thought that was pretty cool. So Assassin, you're definitely getting it.
I don't know at this point. I mean,
Oh.
I do want to get it. It's just the money at the time. But I will definitely pre-order on Amazon because people who pre-order get 2 days earlier access.
Yes, people do that. People please do that. If they're gonna keep doing that, you might as well abuse it. Like just pre-order it, get your code, and cancel it if you must. If you want to try it out first, you can always re-pre-order it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You don't have to keep the pre-order. Don't have to like forget about it. Like some people pre-order stuff and forget about it. They're like, oh damn it, I just paid. You know? Have you ever done that with like a subscription service like Netflix or something? You're like, oh yeah, I'll do the trial. And it's like, oh shit, the trial's over. Like, damn it. We'll have to check off auto renew. That's kind of like what pre-ordering games this far ahead is like. Like, oh damn it, I had that pre-ordered and now it just shipped to my house. Shit. Like, damn it. That's happened to you, Taylor?
With subscription stuff, I can't pre-order games a lot because usually my jobs don't pay me enough to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But with this new one coming up, I should be able to be good and actually be able to play more games.
Good. We're excited to hear that. Yeah, so that was Overwatch at PAX. That looked really good for AAA. I would say that was the biggest AAA title there. I'd say Battleborn fell really flat. Not a lot of people are into Battleborn. That's just gonna...
Because the game
I
sucks.
think, you know what though? I think it's going to be big with the Smite people. Taylor, have you or Reezy played Battleborn?
I have not. I don't know if Reezy has.
Because I'd be interested to get your take. Because I was talking to Zave Blazin the other day, Inferno.
Yeah.
And it was me, Iron Wolf, Zave, and Wes in the party. And Zave was talking about how he can't wait for Battleborn because it's like an upgraded Smite. And Wes was right there with him. Like, they were drooling over Battleborn.
Right. Wow. See, man, I just do not see the appeal. I gotta give it to Zave Blazin though. He does like a lot of games that I do not like. Remember when Zave Blazin was totally into Thief? He'd
Yes.
come in and be like, oh my god, Thief is so good. And I'd be like, dude, are you serious, bro? Shout out to him though. He's a great gamer. He's the man. But yeah, no, I think, if you're just like a MOBA fan, you're a Smite player, like, Battleborn is, I guess, a MOBA. Like, it's not quite the same thing as Smite or Paragon, but, I think Zave Blazin is, like you say, a huge fan of Smite, so he'll just give anything like that a try. Wes is definitely feeling it, too.
I feel bad for them. It is really bad.
Gamer Knows Best says Gearbox should have just made Borderlands 3 instead. Forget about Battleborn. I agree with you, GKB. I agree. Fire Monkey. Sorry, I didn't read ahead. It says Overwatch looks better than Battleborn. Yes, it does, and it will do much better.
Fire Monkey, I agree with you 100%, even though I'm not an Overwatch fan.
Witty says you never know. Amazon may ship early / some fall off a truck. Yeah, that's kind of made the news lately with Uncharted, right? Some people pre-ordered it or whatever, got it early. People already have Uncharted. It doesn't even come out for like 2 more weeks. It's disgusting. Yeah, no one's liking She-Wolf doesn't like Battleborn either in the chat. Nice. Yeah, no, Battleborn did not do well. Did not do well at PAX. Some people said it was pretty good, but compared to Overwatch and Lawbringers, didn't do well. Even like Shadow Warrior 2 was at PAX. I think that did better than Battleborn, to be honest with you. Also Cuphead for like AAA developing. That's a big Xbox push. Not quite an Xbox product, if you will. It is an Xbox exclusive, quote unquote. But that was, in the Xbox booth. It was with all the AAA big boys, and yeah, I was digging it. Have you guys checked out Cuphead? What do you guys think of that game? Anyone?
I'll talk about it, but I want to hear what Assassin has to say.
Okay, go ahead.
I like that it looks like kind of like an older cartoon type thing.
Yes.
That's I think the number one reason why I'm considering picking it up.
Oh,
But
no.
other than that,
Dude, you need to pick it up. It's co-op,
yeah, but local or online, that's the thing.
That's true. I don't know if it's just local. It may be. I don't know that information. See, I'm going to pick it up because my brother and I will just play Cuphead together, like co-op on the couch. But yeah, I don't know. You're right. Good point. Clowns, thoughts? You were going to say something?
Cuphead, absolutely. I'm getting that game. It looks fantastic. The artwork is amazing. The fact that they throw it back to like the old school Mickey Mouse kind of like black and white Popeye stuff is really awesome. I'm fascinated by that. And I hear it's going to be very challenging, like very, very hard. So I'm curious about that as well.
It is, I will tell you from experience, it is tough as shit. Like, it is very, very challenging. GKB in the Twitch chat says he likes the fact that it's going to be really challenging. See, I like a challenging game, but this one, maybe, even the people showing it were like, you need to play for an hour each time before you really get in the groove and you can take out these bosses and have all the mechanics down. Which I'm not sure if I really like that. I don't want to feel like I need like an hour's worth of practice before I really get going each time, but there are a lot of mechanics you got to master. Like this one we're showing right now, you need to hold the Y button to like switch between the Cuphead in the plane shooting, and then you got to hold Y to switch in to just become a plane, so you can, become smaller and dodge around all the attacks from the boss. And it's it's like what Fire Monkey says, kind of like the Mickey Mouse version of Dark Souls in terms of difficulty. It's really, really tough. It's really tough. GKB wants to know, Inferno, is there a difference between the two characters? Other than cosmetic, I don't think there is. So, Mugman and Cuphead, they're both the same, I'm pretty sure. In the demo, it was just cosmetic. So, what were you gonna say about Cuphead, Taylor? You checked it out?
Yeah, I saw some of the gameplay. One of it was with one of the creators of the game.
Oh, cool.
And he does mostly the art style. His brother is the one that does most of the game mechanics. But
Cool.
I think it looks really cool. I like the art style of it. I like that they do like the film filter over it to give it more of the 1930s cartoonish feel. And then the color to it, but it just looks so hard. And it's going to be one of those games where I walk away just like screaming.
Oh yeah,
And
that's for sure.
and they were saying how like the easy mode is more normal mode is hard.
Right. No, from experience, I'll tell you, me and this, I got like a 15-minute demo with it, maybe 10 minutes. I think it was like 15. It was closer to 15, I think. And they paired you off in the line, so I paired up with this guy, and him and I on the boss that we chose first, like, we gave it 4 good goes at it, couldn't beat that first boss, and we were like, screw it, we're going on to a different one. Started fighting against like this huge carrot. Like the bosses are just like the weirdest thing in the world. You have like these birds and like carrots and this flying guy on like a unicycle. Like it's really weird shit. But yeah, it's really, really tough. I do like also you can like upgrade your guns and stuff. It's not just that basic gun that you get right at the beginning. You can upgrade your weapons and your health bar, and there's a whole like store on the map where you can walk around before you go into battles and buy upgrades and buy different weapons and stuff. I guess you have like 2 weapon slots, which I didn't know. But yeah, I like it. It's you guys have all made the point about the film grain thing. It definitely is cool to see in person. The film grain thing I thought was kind of like an added effect. I didn't think it was going to be really that good. I thought kind of like they added it in post-production or something for the videos they were showing off, but it looks good in person. Looks really, really good. Yeah, people in the chat are talking about how like the media is really behind Cuphead. The marketing is going to bring back, games like this, and I agree. I think the media is really behind this, and I think this is going to sell well. Even though, like, if this were just a regular indie and Microsoft wasn't backing it, this may not do as well, just because of how difficult it is. It may get a bad rap, but I think it's good. She-Wolf in the chat says, love the devs' take on bosses for the uniqueness they bring, not just standard-looking bosses. Yeah, so are you guys into it? Are you guys into fighting carrots and stuff like that? Like, does that make it more, I don't know, charming to you, if you will? Like, is that like a draw of the game that the bosses are so weird, like carrots and onions and stuff like that, or?
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Because it's something that you don't ever see. And they're finally taking something and making it different.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree. I think the charm of it is making me like the game more. Like I could see myself viewing, like, look at this game on the store and being like, what the hell is this shit? I'm fighting a freaking carrot. Like, come on. But like, it's really charming the way you fight a carrot, if that makes sense. Like, I can't believe I'm saying that, but it really is. Assassin, thoughts? You want to fight a potato in this game or what?
Oh yeah. Take my anger out on a potato.
I think that's the only reason you are like considering it. I think you just want to fight that carrot and potato.
Maybe.
Clowns, you gonna be buying Cuphead? What do you think? Final verdict?
Yeah, I mean, that's one game I'll definitely buy.
Yeah, gonna be good. The potato was tough too. I fought against the potato. I don't think we beat the potato. We beat the carrot. That's for sure. The potato, I don't think we beat the potato. The onion starts crying, the tears come down and hit you. It's really cool. Like the attack mechanics are really cool and unique. I love it. Real Stunt Panda in the chat says, in the Twitch chat says, I like fighting giant carrots because, as we all know, vegetables and tubers are the enemy. Is that what you said? Our enemies, yes. Yeah, I mean, take your aggression out on those veggies that you never wanted to eat as a kid. I guess. I don't know. Yeah, so that's Cuphead. We'll have some more stuff on that for sure on the channel. We'll try to get an interview with with the people that developed that and everything, because we are big fans of it, and we'd love to talk more about the game. We love talking about the game. We love talking with people about the game if we're huge fans of it, and I think Cuphead is one of those games that I think we all universally think is a good game. So, what next? How about VR? So PAX, there was a lot of VR. A lot of VR. Obviously, like everyone on this panel knows, VR is quote unquote the next best thing. Quote unquote. Some people don't agree. Clowns. But the public wants VR, and so there was a lot of VR. There was PSVR I tried out. Oculus, I tried out Vive. And I gotta say, I'm kind of switching sides on this. I hate to say it. That's when I see you look at your face, you're like, no, Inferno. Don't fall into the trap.
No.
Didn't you say, though, that it was still overpriced right now?
Yeah, it's really not approachable for the masses. A lot of people going up to this, standing in lines like 2 hours. They're waiting for some of these VR games. They're not going to be able to afford this, especially like Oculus and Vive. Vive is like what, $900 or something? I'm crazy. How much is that? I don't know for sure, but it's expensive. It's the most expensive one, and rightfully so. In my opinion, the Vive, from what I played, was the best. the best, most immersive experience. And after playing it, I want one. I want a Vive. Oculus, I would deal with. It's good, but not as good as the Vive. And the PSVR is just okay. Verging on the bad side of okay, not the good side of okay. But rest assured, we talked about on the show, Taylor, before you came on, that the VR looked like it would be heavy, the PSVR. But the PSVR is like light as a feather, honestly. Like it really isn't that heavy at all.
It's actually surprising to me.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you, did you think, because we didn't get your point, obviously, point of view on this, did you think that all these VR things would be like heavier in your head?
Yeah, because it's putting a lot of stuff right into the center of your vision. And so it seems like it would be really heavy because you just have so much stuff that you're not used to having on your face.
Right. Right. No, I mean it's true. It's what I thought too, but it's a good, like, all the straps that go around and stuff, even on the PSVR, does a good job of like bringing the weight back, if you will, like distributing it properly so that you don't get strained out or whatever. But yeah, PSVR definitely the worst. Vive the best, but by a hair. The Oculus is still cool. The best experience I had at PAX with the VR had to be with the Oculus. A game with the Oculus. If it comes to Vive, which I'm not sure it will, I would get it on Vive. Obviously, if I were to buy one, I'd buy the Vive, from what I tried out. But this game was demoed on the Oculus, and it was the best experience I had because the game was the best. And it was called Pollen. Interestingly, it has nothing to do with bees.
Allergies?
Has nothing to do with allergies. It's actually a space exploration game in VR.
Oh, I've heard about this one.
And Pollen is it's a metaphor. The name is a metaphor. I talked to Zsuzsa, was her name. She is Hungarian, and she is a voice actress in the game, and she told me all about it. And that is a metaphor. She wasn't willing to reveal what the metaphor was because that would spoil the game. But she said, just trust her, it's a metaphor. And it's space exploration. The story of the game is essentially that you are on a spaceship and you have to find a lost crew member that's on a moon of Saturn. But you use the VR to like look all around things and get clues and complete puzzles and stuff. It's really intuitively done. It's like you pick up items and you're able to lean forward and look around them, if that makes sense. You pick them up. I played with a controller, with an Xbox 360 controller, and we have some video of it going on right now that doesn't really do it justice, but you can kind of see how it goes. But you can pick the item up and like look around it for clues, kind of like on Tomb Raider, if you guys have played that. And like you can look under things, like you can tilt your head down and look under like countertops and stuff like that, and it was pretty good. It was pretty good. So Taylor, you said you'd heard of the game?
Yeah, I heard a little bit about it.
Yeah.
Mostly just about from the production team saying how they wanted to make everything in the game interactive.
Yes.
So even like the smallest of things you can pick up and you can mess around with in the game.
Exactly. Yep. It's exactly right. I picked up, you know how like in games, since a lot of single player games, you go around, you like pick up notes and stuff.
Yeah.
You pick up the note and it's still like far away from you. Like if you pick up a note in real life, you pick it up off the table and it's like, you know, your hand's extended out. It's far away from you. You like pull it closer to your face. But with the Oculus on this game, you pick it up and you lean in to read it. So it's like out of focus, it's far away. You lean in a little bit and it gets closer to you. As if you were like leaning in to read like a book on a table or something. It's really intuitive. I really, really am digging it. But yeah, like what you said, pretty much everything is interactive in the game, which I really, really dig, especially with Oculus. Like if you're gonna play an Oculus game or a VR game, like you want to make sure the experience with the VR is something that would be different on a regular TV. And I think this game is the one that I played that is for damn sure different in VR. So, Assassin or Clowns, did you see anything about this pollen thing?
No.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I actually bought the game there. I bought it.
No.
I bought it on
I haven't
cassette.
seen anything.
I bought it on cassette. It came on cassette because we won't get into it now. We'll post some more stuff about this. But the game takes place in 1996, and it's kind of like this alternate timeline where they didn't develop like CDs and stuff. So there's still cassettes, and that's why the game was sold on a cassette with like a USB plug in it. So it was pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Let me see. So yeah, that's the best experience. They also have this thing called VirZoom, VIR Zoom. Have you guys heard of that? It's like a bike. You get on a bike. It's like an actual bicycle. You get on it and you stop pedaling. That's how you move through VR space. So like you have a controller built into the bike and you stop pedaling and you stop moving. So like one of the games I played on it, and this was on HTC Vive, one of the games I played on it was you were on a horseback and you're pedaling and the horse goes faster as you pedal faster and you catch up to bandits and like wrap them up with like a lasso and stuff. It was actually really, really cool. Really cool. And it was the most immersive. Like the Oculus game we just talked about, Pollen, like that's a cool game. It just wasn't quite as immersive. Like you can see the black on the top of the Oculus a little bit. So I like kind of knew I was in VR. Where with this, like it felt the screen, I think it may be a little bigger or something. And it feels like a little more immersive to me. So that's why I was digging it. She-Wolf says, so it's like a car simulator that people make. Kind of sweet. Yeah, no. The VirZoom thing, they have like 100 games, I guess, like already lined up to work with this bike. And if you buy the bike, it's like $399. So it's expensive, and that's on top of buying the VR thing. But you get every game that they make for it, like from now until the end of time. So that's kind of cool. Do you think you guys would get on a bike to play some VR like this, or what do you guys think?
Good way to exercise.
That's what I was gonna say.
They have one that would be up your alley, Sassy. We're showing it right now on the video. You stop pedaling and you're in a tank, and so when you pedal, the tank moves, and you look from left to right, and that's how you aim the barrel of the tank, the gun, like on an Abrams or something, and then you fire with the trigger on the controller on the bike. So
I'm sold. How much is it?
at PAX they were giving you $100 off, but it's normally $399. But you get every single game they make for it.
Yeah, but on top of that, you have to buy the VR and a computer to run it.
Right. It is going to be compatible with PSVR, Oculus, and Vive though, which is kind of cool. So if you already have a PSVR because you bought one for your PlayStation 4, you can use it with this unit on your PC, which is nice. They also have one that would be up your alley, Sassy, where you pedal in your Pegasus, like you're actually on like a unicorn, and you're pedaling through, and you have to like collect these like gems and stuff in the air. It was pretty friggin' wild. I would love to get on that thing drunk, but that's another show. So yeah, VirZoom, you guys should check it out. It's just virzoom.com. Definitely check it out. It was on the Today Show as well, so I mean, it's getting around. It's pretty popular. We're gonna have an interview with one of the members of the team. I think we're gonna interview Spencer, who's like their business strategist kind of guy. So we're gonna have him on the show. He knows a ton about it though. He's definitely a gamer as well. So look out for that in the future. Clown's last word on this. You're gonna get on a bike to play some VR or what?
In Sassy's words, no.
The booth was going nuts. People kind of liked it. I enjoyed it. It's just, am I going to spend that extra money? Who knows? If the games are good, we'll see. Oh, this is the wrong slide. Wow. PSVR, yeah, not so good. They had this game called Res Infinite, and literally some of the games that they showed off were you were in VR, and all you did was like look around, but you played the game with the controller like normally. It was kind of like, oh, cool, wow, like I can look around, but I'm playing the game the same way, you know? Which I'm not gonna buy $400 unit, you know, to play VR and have it like be the same thing. Just I can look around, you know. Witty says about the Verzoom, another console equivalent purchase. Nice, yeah. Well, yeah, it's true. It's, you know, are you gonna shell out the money? And if you do, like, you know, those experience, some of those VR Zoom experiences are actually pretty good. So I mean, it's up to you. You gotta look it up. You gotta check it out because the video we had doesn't even do it really justice. You can see some more videos on their site. Assassin got to check out a little bit of Harmonix VR.
Lucky.
It's not that great. It's all right. It's the same thing. Like, you're still playing the same way, really. You're just looking around. So, Taylor, do you have a PlayStation 4 or no?
I don't.
But if you did, would you be interested in PSVR or no? Because it's the cheapest one.
Maybe. It depends on the immersion experience. Because if I'm going to get immersed into a game, I want to be completely immersed.
Right.
And so...
yeah.
It just kind of depends on the game and the immersion that you get with it.
I would say, from my experience, it's the least immersive. The way it works is kind of different from the other two. Instead of like strapping it on and tightening the straps and it always being in focus, for me at least, because I have glasses, when I put it on the PSVR, you press a button to like slide the headset, the eyepiece forward, and they're like, okay, well, you know, press the thing and slide it forward, and if it's when it goes in focus, like, let it go. And I'm like, what do you mean when it goes in focus? They're like, you'll see. I put it on, it's blurry as hell. Like, it was so blurry, and it's like you gotta get that sweet spot, you know, like a magnifying lens. I don't want to do that every time I put on the thing.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta slide it back and forth, get that sweet spot, and so I'm like, okay, I got the sweet spot, put my hands back down on the controller to play the game, and the sweet spot, like, fell out, so it was a little blurry again. I'm like, oh, damn it. Like, I'm going to have to wear, like, things to secure my glasses, like, the same exact spot, or else it's going to come out of focus. But, so that's the thing I didn't really like about PSVR, and it felt a lot cheaper than the other ones. But, they've got some cool games coming out for it, like this game Thumper. It's like a rhythm game. It's pretty cool. We'll have more, more in-depth information about it. We don't have the time right now to like go over it hardcore, but they had some really cool PSVR games that were promising. It's just executed not exactly well, if you will. That Thumper game, though, was executed really well. So if I were to say there was a game that was the best out of the PSVR ones, it would be this game Thumper. So yeah, it's PSVR. I don't know if you guys looked over the list that I sent you about some PAX games that we were going to talk about on the show. We're only going to talk about a few of them now because of time. One that I think Assassin would definitely be into is this game Metronomicon. It did really, really well at PAX. I think it won Best Indie, actually, at PAX, this game Metronomicon. Assassin, it's a rhythm game that's an RPG. Can't hear you, Assassin. Your microphone is...
Yep. I said, interesting.
Yeah, so you have like 4 separate characters and you're attacking a boss, and you have to go in between like all the lanes. And it's like DDR style. You have like lanes with arrows coming down. You have to hit all those arrows, and if you hit like 10 of them in a row, whatever, you are able to execute the attack. And you can continue, and if you want, like you're feeling really cocky, you can go and execute like 20 in a row and do like your special move for each character. And there's like 8 different characters you can play as, and they're thinking about adding more. And so you can build, your own loadout of characters and play it differently. Then it's not the same way every time. You can play with different cast of your crew, and mix and match the different powers. Like some characters, like, they don't really attack, but they heal the whole crew, and some have a big super that attacks the boss, like does a lot of damage, and some of them is somebody is does like magic powers and stuff. It's really really cool. Did Taylor or Clown, did you see anything about Metronomicon? Did you check it out at all?
No, never heard of it.
I mean, it's one of those games you've probably never heard of, but you will, because everyone was digging it. And I'm pretty sure it won Best Indie of PAX. Taylor, did you see it at all?
Yeah, I looked it up a little bit when you
cool.
sent us the list.
Yeah. What did
And
you
it
think
looks
of it?
interesting.
Yeah.
It's definitely a different kind of RPG.
Yeah, no, it's like something that's never been done before, so kudos to them to capitalizing on a market that no one even know existed. Like, rhythm games are all the same. That's why I think they're not doing so well. Like, Rock Band 4, I think kind of like fell flat. Like, it did okay, but like not as well as it could have. And same thing with Gears. Wow, Guitar Hero Live. But like now we're getting some really fresh takes on rhythm games, and this was one of them. That game Thumper that we were just talking about is another one. I think if you're a huge fan of rhythm games, you could definitely get into this, because like you look at this shit like, what the hell is that? That's not an RPG, and then you play it and you're like, oh, this is an RPG. So it was pretty good. I suggest everyone check it out. We'll have an interview with one of the artists that we did posted on our channel very, very soon that I got a pack. So yeah. Assassin, you thinking about picking it up if you have the money?
Maybe. I'll look more into it.
It's a rhythm game, Assassin. I know
I
you're
know.
into those.
I know.
That's Metronomicon. That one was pretty good. Another one that was pretty damn good was this game called Move or Die. Have you guys heard of this? This has already been out. Like, this came out in January, but they were showing off some of the new DLC, some of the new gameplay mechanics that were adding to the game. So you guys people in the audience may have played it or not. I'm not sure if you have, because it's been out for a while.
I think Achievement Hunter did a game or like a video with it. So yeah, Achievement Hunter did a video with this.
So you're
That's
familiar?
how I know about like all the games.
Oh, really? Cool. So you're familiar with this? What do you think?
I think it looks pretty interesting. I like that it forces you to move around. It forces you to interact. It doesn't let you just stand off in the corner and let everyone else kill each other off.
Right. Yep. No, that's true. I mean, like, it literally is like, if you don't move, you're gonna die. And then there's like other things that are like, okay, well, get the most color of blocks, or like, okay, well, avoid like this spinning like spike cog that's flying all over the place and may kill you. So like, it's not just, okay, everyone move around, go. Like, there's also like different gameplay mechanics that are always changing on you. Like, every 20 seconds they're changing. So it's really unique and an awesome game. And I think we're gonna get some codes for it and maybe give it out, or play it on stream and show some more gameplay. But it's been out for a while, and it was really, really successful at PAX. Maybe because it already had a following, but it was really, really good. I had never seen it before, and it's only on PC though, so that's maybe why I haven't seen it. Assassin, have you ever seen Move or Die at all?
Nope.
Wow.
I don't follow PC games all too well.
You should. A lot of these are PC games that are really, really good. What's another game that was really good? We had this game called Lumo. It's just like Solstice from back in the NES days. We have a really, really good interview on this, so like I think we are not going to discuss it like too in depth on this show. Taylor, did you look it up at all on Lumo?
I tried to find information about it. I couldn't really find anything.
Yeah, there isn't like a ton of stuff online, even though this game comes out pretty soon. I think it comes out like in May-ish. But we got an interview with Rising Star Games, and they did an awesome interview with us. So we're gonna leave it at that. But you guys should definitely check it out. It's coming to. They said quote unquote everything but Wii U when I asked them what it's coming out for. So Wii U definitely gets the shaft, but it's kind of like Solstice from back in the day. It's like a room puzzler kind of game. Really good graphics, good gameplay. If you remember Solstice or any like room puzzlers from back in the day, if you're an older gamer, you'll definitely be right at home on Lumo. She-Wolf says, "Oh, I want in on Inferno. We can run with GKB and try to stay alive." Yep. You'll like Move or Die. If you got a computer that can play at She-Wolf, you guys should definitely get it because it's really, really good. That Move or Die game. Assassin or Clowns? Anything about Lumo? Did you guys check it out?
No,
Nope.
no, nothing about it yet.
Yeah, She-Wolf's right in the chat. It's like isometric. It's not really isometric. It's a little lower perspective than that, but it is like an arcade puzzler, like room adventure game, and it's really, really cool. Especially if you, I keep saying Solstice, but it's just like Solstice. Like if you liked that, then you'll definitely like Lumo. What else? Advertised on our Twitter channel that we were going to talk about Last Fight. This game was pretty good. It's like Power Stone from the Dreamcast. Did you guys play Power Stone at all? Clowns, I feel like you must have.
If I did, I don't remember what that is.
It's like a 4-player, like 3D, like room arcade, fighting game. It's kind of like, it's a lot like Smash Brothers, kind of, but it's more 3D. It's not like on a 2D plane. It's in a room, like an arena, kind of. We're showing a video of it right now on the podcast. This game comes out like right around the corner too. This comes out in May, so you guys should definitely check it out. Did you see anything about this, Taylor?
No.
Yeah, this one's really hard to find details about. I could barely even find them on Twitter, and I got their business card, so that's kind of bad. But I got an interview with them, and we'll have an interview on the channel for this one because it's actually a game based on a comic in Paris. The developer's from Paris, and the game is based on that comic, but it's a fighter. So the characters are like based on the comic. The gameplay, not really. It's just they kind of like threw the universe into the fighting game. So that one was really, really cool. I really was digging that. My brother's gonna buy it day one. He told him, he's like, I'm buying this game right on day one, pre-ordering, whatever. He was really, really into it. Assassin, did you see anything on Last Fight, rather?
Nope.
I should look these games up, Sassy. You might be into them.
Maybe.
Another game I want to go over before we finish up on this topic. I had more planned, but we'll talk about them more, like we'll do articles and we'll have the interviews up. But this game called In the Shadows, it's a really small team. It's like one guy doing everything. His name's Nicholas. Talked to him in the PAX Rising booth, I think it was. I'm pretty sure they were in PAX Rising, which is like for smaller developers looking to like get a group of people to do the booth together and kind of like mitigate the cost. They had a very small like area of the one booth. It was a big booth, but it was like a really small area of that booth. And this game is on Kickstarter. I backed it. It's only $8 to back the game, and it's coming out on console early 2017. It's coming out on PC later this year, and it's like a game where you kind of go back to your childhood and you walk through a bunch of like scary, like dark areas of the house, and you need to like move the lights around to make the enemies do something for you that's productive. Like if you move a light around and you put it next to an enemy, it becomes like a ladder, or like it'll become, depending on where the enemy is, like if you need a ladder to get out of the level and you put the light next to that enemy, the enemy will become a ladder, or become like a trampoline or something like that, like a door and stuff like that. So it's really unique gameplay. Like you move the lights around, or you trick the enemies into going into the light if there's a lamp already on or something. So not only do you have to like come up with a strategy to get through the level and find the correct way out and get all the stars that are in the level, you have to also like find a way to get the enemies to go where you need them to go. And it was a really unique take. It's like very pixel art-ish, but it's also got incredible lighting, like very modern lighting to it. Did you guys check this one out at all, Taylor?
I did. It looks really cool. I really want to get it.
Only $8 if you back it on Kickstarter. They're like a third of the
know.
way to their goal, and it's only been like 6 days. So I definitely think it's gonna get back. The guy who is doing it is an awesome guy. He's already agreed to come on the show.
Yeah, I know they got greenlit on Steam.
Right.
So.
Right. Yeah, so there you go. Like, they just need the money. Like, people are interested, so they just need the money. So definitely, it's been backed by like over 200 people already in just 6 days. So if you guys are into these kinds of puzzle games, you'll definitely like this one. It's really, really cool and unique. And the guy is just so passionate. I'm dying to get him on the show. I already emailed him, followed him on Twitter, like hardcore, trying to get him on the show. And closer to release, we definitely will get him on to talk about the game. So, Assassin or Clowns, did you guys check out this one, Into the Shadows?
No, I can't say that I did.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good though. You should check it out. And for only $8, like, I guess they have a section now where you can choose whether you want the Xbox code, the PC code, or the PS4 one. So you can pick whatever you want. Like, it's coming to all three of those. So definitely go check that one out.
Might go back after this podcast.
Yeah, right? It's only like $8. They're Canadian. They're both Canadian, so like they're asking for a certain amount of Canadian money, so it just naturally becomes less for us US people, so so it just works out that it becomes $8 when it's really supposed to be 10, but it becomes 8 cuz US baby, strong dollar for once, kind of. Last game I want to just like shout out because the woman I interviewed, Emma, with Dream Sale Games, is amazing. This game called Blade Ballet. It's like a party kind of like not really a fighter, but kind of. The mechanics, it's called Blade Ballet because you have to like hold the trigger buttons to spin around in a circle, and that's how you attack. So like you move your character around with the left stick and you hold a trigger down to spin around. And you just keep spinning and spinning and spinning with like your sword out. And that's how you attack. And it's kind of like a party game. You grab all your people for couch co-op and potentially online as well. And they were demoing it with PS4 controllers, but not exactly confirmed yet that it's coming to PS4. It's definitely coming to PC. But they're definitely like looking to get it on console. They're pretty sure it's coming to console. But yeah, so it's really cool. It's a party game, and the mechanic of fighting is just like so unique, and the art style is just so amazing. And it's basically like robots. Like they're all robots, and they're just spinning around in a circle. When I looked at it, I was checking it out, and I was like, why are you people just spinning around? Like why is that the attack mechanism? And they're like, it's like ballet. You're spinning around in ballet, so. We wanted to make a unique take on the genre, and I think it's really cool. And like I said, they were amazing to us at the show, and they're definitely going to come on the show and talk about this game in the future. So look out for Blade Ballet. It's really cool. Taylor, you looked it up, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I did.
And what are your thoughts on that?
I only saw like a little bit of it, but it looks interesting. And I was looking at like the character names and stuff, and some of them have like really like specific names towards it. Like there's one that's like Catbot, and then there's one that's just called Steve.
Right.
It's just like,
yep.
All right.
Yeah. No, they have a really, really cool sense of humor. They're based out of New York, so they're like very artsy, I would say. And yeah, I think the game's gonna take off. Like, it's really like it's really like a niche market, but like I think that you can get kids into it too.
Yeah.
Even though you are like slicing people up with knives. I did see some like less hardcore party games there, like this game Marooners. That's a lot like Mario Party. I very highly recommend that too. Go check that out. It's in early access right now on Steam. But like I think it's approachable for like everyone, so I think it could do well, but they need to just keep advertising it the way they're advertising it, because they're pumping a lot of money into advertising, and I think it could as long as people are like aware of it, I think people will pick it up just because people are looking for cool party games. And this is one that's really, really unique. So you think the same thing, Taylor? You think people would pick it up?
Yeah, I like it. I'm
Yeah.
very big into like the designs of games.
Yeah.
So the better it looks, the more likely I'm to get it, even if I don't necessarily like the components of it.
Right.
You can draw me in very easily with art.
Right. So there you go. Yeah, PAX would have been perfect for you then. You would have loved like every game then.
I would have bought like every game. I
Yeah.
would go home with like negative in my savings.
No kid, no joke. You would have a lot of really artsy games, and I wish we could cover all of them tonight, but we're already at like almost 2 hours, so I think we're gonna end it. Assassin, did you or Clowns? Did you guys check out Blade Ballet before we get out of here?
No.
What Assassin said.
Oh my god! All right. Taylor,
I looked them up.
Taylor, thank you for looking up the games and having some opinions about them. I really appreciate it.
Whatever Assassin's opinion is on the games, I concur. So if he said no, then it's no.
Gotcha.
It was really good, and I think Clowns is buying every single game that was viewed on this podcast.
Potentially.
So, there you go.
There's so
That's
many.
Clown's opinion.
Nice. I like what you did there, Assassin. I like what you did there. There are so many more games. Unfortunately, we don't have time because this is like the longest podcast we've ever done. But there's so much to see at PAX, and I really wanted to give attention to like those few really good games that I really did enjoy. And there are so many others I did enjoy that I did get interviews with developers that we will have up on our YouTube channel. So definitely look out for those. I'm getting them up very soon. The first one should be up tomorrow. And I think there were like 16 of them that I got while I was there. So yeah, I think you'll enjoy the games. I think you should, support indie developers because, the indie scene is really, really growing. And these games, like my brother said at PAX, my brother had never been to PAX before. He goes to PAX, he plays like the first 3 games he plays, he says to me, I'm really shocked with the quality of these indie games. Like, they're really, really good. It's incredible that a team of 5 people, or less, or fewer, rather, can put together such an amazing game. And, yeah, so that was definitely my experience. Other than that, anything else? Assassin?
Nope.
I always forget something. Alright, I think that's the end of the show then. Hour and 57 minutes and 18 seconds, longest show ever. Taylor, thank you for coming and sticking around for the whole thing and really knowing your shit this week. Really, really impressed me. I'm not gonna lie. So looking forward to having you on, in the future. Of course. Thank you for coming on.
Of course.
And yeah, you can find us on Twitter and Facebook. Please go and like us and follow us on there. Twitter is 4GwQPodcast. Facebook is 4GwQuarters. If you aren't watching this live, which I shouldn't probably even say this because this doesn't even make sense, but you can go on YouTube and watch our back episodes and our other content that we're going to have up for PAX East in the very near future. Our YouTube is 4GwQuarters, so just youtube.com/user/4GwQuarters. You'll find us. Just search us there. You'll find us. And of course, we're on Twitch. I'm going to be streaming a lot of these games that I got at PAX. Blade Ballet, going to be streaming that for sure. And Marooners and some other games that I got there that are really cool. Going to be streaming those on that channel, so definitely follow for the podcast and for some cool gameplay. 4GwQuarters is our Twitch handle. And our website, 4GwQuarters.com. Find some awesome stuff that Clown's been doing with the site. Clown's just wrote a review for, what game is it again at Clown's?
I think it was called Battle. I want to say Battle Ages.
Battle Ages, yeah.
Yeah, I stopped playing it after all that pay-to-play crap. I just was like, oh, this sucks.
Right. I agree with you, man. But yeah, it's we just got a review of that up on the site, and I'm sure we'll have some more reviews now that Taylor's helping us, and so definitely go check out the site. Other than that, we're on iTunes, Pocket Cast. Go look us up on there. You're not going to get the video, but the audio is equally entertaining.
Google Play.
Google Play, yes, Google Play. So yeah, thank you guys for coming by, and we will see you next week.
Oh, one more thing.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
If you didn't get enough Inferno, he's going to be on Crossfire tomorrow.
Yes, Crossfire 6 p.m. tomorrow. Mooch's podcast. I'll be on that tomorrow, so look out for that. All right. See you guys later. Peace. Thank you guys.